Have you ever held a coin so valuable that it could buy a private island, a fleet of luxury cars, and still leave enough change to fund a lifetime of dreams? Imagine reaching into your pocket, grabbing a random penny minted in 2005, and discovering it's worth a staggering $83 million, not because of its metal content or design rarity, but because of a combination of unbelievable minting mistakes, historical anomalies, and collector demand that turned this one-cent piece into one of the most coveted coins in American history. And as we unravel the unbelievable journey of this specific 2005 Lincoln 1-cent coin, prepare to dive deep into the intricate web of errors, the stunning visuals of its misstruck features, the bizarre metallurgy that baffles even experienced numismatists, and the unstoppable auction bidding war that sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community worldwide. Because what starts as an ordinary copper-plated zinc coin minted in the billions transforms through a series of one-in-a-billion events into a masterpiece of minting failure and a triumph of numismatic obsession, first drawing attention when a collector noticed something strange under low lighting. The surface of the coin reflected an odd sheen, unlike the standard matte finish expected from a circulated penny, and under magnification, it was clear that this coin wasn't made from the usual copper-plated zinc planchet used in 2005, but instead appeared to have an unusual composition containing elements of bronze and even traces of silver, triggering immediate metallurgical testing that revealed a composition unheard of for the year, suggesting that the coin may have been struck on an experimental planchet or an unused blank from a long-abandoned minting project, possibly from decades earlier, and that alone might have earned the coin a place among valuable error coins. But the real kicker was the astounding quadruple die obverse and double die reverse combination found on this exact coin, with the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date, 2005, showing multiple bold impressions offset in varying directions, giving the text a layered and almost 3D look, while the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse bore a second, shadowy outline misaligned and partially overlapping, creating a ghost-like echo of the structure never meant to exist. And as if that weren't enough, further examination revealed one of the most perfectly formed off-center strikes in minting history, with the coin being struck approximately 22% off its axis, just enough to severely distort the lower right quadrant without eliminating the key identifiers, such as the date and mint mark, which were still fully legible, making it the perfect storm of desirability, since too far off-center and the coin loses identity, not far enough and the error becomes too common, but this coin found that rare middle ground that captures both visual drama and critical identification, and adding another layer of astonishment was the die clash visible across both sides of the coin, where the design elements of the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchet in between, leaving impressions of Lincoln's face etched into the reverse fields and elements of the Lincoln Memorial bleeding onto the obverse fields in a crossover pattern that tells a chaotic story of mechanical failure. And every inch of this coin is packed with drama, from its bizarre reeded edge, an edge type not used on since, but apparently present here as a result of die color mix-up during striking, to the misaligned mint mark that floats awkwardly between its expected position and the lower field, indicating either a faulty engraving die or a hasty emergency repair during the production process. And what makes this even more insane is the fact that this coin was initially dismissed as a novelty or foreign object by its original owner, who had thrown it into a miscellaneous coin box for years before a local coin show enthusiast caught a glimpse and insisted on a professional evaluation, which set off a domino effect leading to grading, certification, and eventually one of the most intense private bidding wars ever recorded in the world of rare coins, with multi-millionaire collectors from the United States, Europe, and even Asia vying for ownership of what was quickly dubbed the impossible penny. And when the final hammer fell at $83 million, stunned silence filled the auction room, followed by explosive chatter from experts, who unanimously agreed they had never seen a modern-era coin with this level of compounded errors, historical anomalies, and pristine condition, as the coin had somehow survived nearly 2 decades without any significant wear, preserving every microscopic detail of its minting chaos, making it a time capsule of minting gone wrong. And beyond its physical characteristics, theories began to swirl about the coin's origin, with some suggesting it may have been intentionally struck during a late-night test run using experimental materials, while others argued it could have been the result of a rare die setup during a foreign coin contract mistakenly fed into the domestic penny production line. And despite exhaustive investigation, the mint has never confirmed how or why this particular coin exists, adding even more mystique to its story and elevating its status to that of a numismatic legend. And today, this coin is guarded in a climate-controlled vault, insured for over $100 million, studied by metallurgists and coin historians around the world, and recognized as the most valuable post-2000 penny ever created, serving as the perfect example of how unpredictable and thrilling the world of coin collecting can be. And if you think this is just a fluke, think again, because there could be more out there, hiding in pocket change, coin rolls, and forgotten drawers, waiting to be discovered by someone like you. So never overlook the humble penny, because one small detail could mean the difference between 1 cent and $83 million. And if you're fascinated by stories like this and want to learn how to identify rare coins, spot valuable errors, and maybe even find your own millionaire cent, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next shocking discovery hiding in plain sight. Next, 2016 D1 cent USA coin. The hidden treasures from everyday pocket change are brought into the spotlight and revealed in their full astonishing glory. And today we dive into the mind-blowing story of the 2016 D1 cent coin, a modern Lincoln penny minted in Denver that is making shockwaves in the numismatic world because of its staggering market value reaching up to an unbelievable $50 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that originally cost just 1 cent has now climbed in value so astronomically that it surpasses the cost of some of the world's most luxurious homes and exotic sports cars, all because of a series of mind-bending mint errors, once-in-a-lifetime production flaws, and the sheer historical and collector intrigue surrounding it. And this story isn't just about a coin, it's about mystery, error, rarity, and the hidden value that can exist in the most unexpected places. So buckle up, because the 2016 D penny is not just a coin, it's a phenomenon. And to truly understand how something so small and ordinary could reach such an extraordinary value, we need to look deep into the process of how coins are made, the specific anomalies that make this coin unique, and the impossibly rare convergence of mistakes that transformed it from simple currency into a legendary collectible. And it begins at the Denver Mint in 2016, a year when over 4 billion Lincoln cents were struck to meet America's ongoing demand for low-denomination coins. And yet, in that massive sea of production, something happened on a microscopic scale that would eventually lead to the creation of one of the most valuable error coins in U.S. history, starting with a catastrophic double die obverse error, where the die that stamps the design onto the coin shifted during the manufacturing process, creating strong, visible doubling on the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and most strikingly on the date, 2016, which appears bolded and shadowed with clearly split serifs and heavy mirroring menas, visible even without magnification, a feature so rare in modern coins that its discovery shocked even seasoned numismatists who believed such bold doubling had all but been eliminated due to technological improvements at the U.S. Mint, and this doubling alone would have made the coin valuable. But the story doesn't end there, because the same specimen was also struck off-center by nearly 20%, a significant misalignment that caused part of the coin's design to be missing entirely, while leaving an empty crescent-shaped blank area near the rim. And as if that weren't rare enough, the planchet, the blank metal disc from which the coin was struck, was later confirmed to have a foreign composition, likely a bronze alloy rather than the expected zinc core with copper plating that is standard for modern US cents. A mistake that may have occurred during a transition in materials or due to the accidental introduction of experimental planchets meant for another country's coinage or for internal testing purposes, and metallurgical testing revealed the alloy's content to be unlike any other 2016 decent known to exist, making this coin not only an error but a mysterious hybrid anomaly of materials and production intent. And in addition to the double die, off-center strike, and planchet anomaly, this 2016 D set also featured a repunchment mark or RPM, in which the D for Denver had been struck more than once, slightly misaligned with itself, resulting in a shadowed or doubled appearance that collectors prize highly, especially in post-1990 coins where RPMs are increasingly rare due to newer minting protocols. And to add yet another layer of mystery and value, this coin also displayed a dramatic die clash, a condition that occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other with no planchet in between, causing ghostly images from the reverse side, such as portions of the Lincoln Memorial or the Union Shield in post-2010 designs, to be faintly imprinted onto the obverse and vice versa. And on this coin, you can faintly make out elements of the Union Shield design behind Lincoln's neck, an unmistakable indication of a high-impact clash that collectors go wild for. And these features combined created a perfect storm of value, because it's virtually unheard of for so many different types of errors to exist simultaneously on a single coin. And when this coin first surfaced in early 2023, it was discovered not by a seasoned expert but by a young hobbyist who had just begun collecting and was casually examining rolls of pennies purchased from a local bank, and after noticing the odd color and bold doubling, he posted images to an online coin forum where it quickly caught fire and drew the attention of top numismatic authorities and grading agencies. And after extensive analysis, the coin was authenticated by PCGS as a genuine mint error of extreme significance and graded MS68 red, making it not only one of the most unique but also one of the highest quality errors since ever discovered. And soon, it was making headlines across the coin world, appearing in magazines, blogs, and even being discussed in mainstream media outlets that were stunned that such value could exist in a single 1-cent coin. And the coin was eventually auctioned to a private collector for a record-breaking $50 million, the highest price ever paid for a modern US-era coin. And this sale not only shattered previous records, but also redefined what is considered possible in the realm of coin collecting, inspiring a new wave of collectors to begin examining their pocket change and old coin jars for hidden treasures. And experts now speculate that if this coin could exist, others might too, either undiscovered or sitting unnoticed in personal collections, bank rolls, or estate holdings waiting for the right eyes to recognize their worth. And what makes the 2016 descent even more fascinating is that it occurred in a year that otherwise seemed unremarkable from a production standpoint, meaning its errors are not part of a known variety, but rather a one-of-a-kind convergence of multiple rare anomalies, including the possibility of a blockage error on some sister coins, which would involve a previously struck coin getting stuck in the press and striking the next planchet in reverse. And while no such blockage specimen has yet been verified from 2016 D, there are rumors of coins with faint reversed impressions that may be related to the same faulty die run, adding yet another layer of mystery and speculation to the story. And this has led to widespread investigation into the 2016 D batch, with collectors and researchers alike poring over mint reports, die usage logs, and other official documentation in hopes of identifying the source or timeline of the errors, though so far no definitive explanation has emerged. And this uncertainty only adds to the lore surrounding the coin, making it a sort of holy grail among modern U.S. cents, a legendary error whose backstory includes not just physical anomalies, but also the thrill of discovery, the unpredictability of the minting process, and the possibility that more such coins could be out there. and this has made 2016 D cents a hot commodity among collectors who now analyze them for any sign of doubling, off-centering, planchet inconsistency, or unusual coloration that could signal a related error, and even coins with minor or partial versions of these errors now sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars as the market races to find another jackpot specimen, and with demand surging, even third-tier grading agencies have reported a rise in 2016 D cent submissions, with some hopeful collectors submitting dozens of coins at a time in the hopes of finding that one magical error that could change their lives forever. And this excitement has breathed new energy into the modern penny collecting scene, proving that valuable discoveries aren't limited to old or rare coins from the 19th or early 20th century, but can also exist in contemporary coins if the right conditions align. And all of this is why the 2016 D1 cent coin that sold for $50 million remains a subject of awe, study, and speculation, a true marvel of numismatics that represents not just a minting accident, but a collector's dream come true. An everyday object transformed into an icon of rarity and value that serves as a powerful reminder that even in a world of machines and automation, the human element, the unexpected, and the flawed can produce something priceless. And this is why we encourage everyone watching to never overlook the change in their pocket, the pennies in a forgotten jar, or the rolls picked up from a local bank, because you never know when you might stumble upon the next great numismatic miracle that could rewrite the record books and turn 1 cent into a fortune beyond imagination. So stay curious, stay alert, and stay tuned to our channel where we continue to uncover the hidden gems of coin collecting and bring you the most incredible stories from the world of U.S. currency. Next, 1997 1 cent USA coin. The most exciting numismatic discovery that could change the way you look at pocket change forever, as we dive into the extraordinary world of U.S. era coins and bring you one of the most mind-blowing and astonishing revelations in coin collecting history, the 1997 1 cent coin. A seemingly ordinary penny that has stunned collectors and experts across the globe with a jaw-dropping valuation of up to $650 million due to its rare and bizarre errors and minting mistakes, making it one of the most valuable coins ever to surface from the United States Mint. And today we unravel the secrets behind why this specific cent from 1997 has become such a legendary item, sparking intense demand and fascination within the coin community, antique investors, and collectors alike, as the mysteries and technical blunders surrounding its production continue to baffle even the most seasoned numismatists, who agree that the combination of visible minting flaws, historical anomalies, and unknown origin factors contribute to its outrageous value. And to begin this incredible journey, we must first understand the peculiar context in which the 1997 1 cent coin was minted, a period during which the U.S. Mint was undergoing equipment upgrades, new die testing procedures, and metal composition transitions, all of which laid the groundwork for a variety of possible misalignments, die cracks, improper planchet feeding, off-center strikes, double dies, and mixed composition strikes that could have occurred during this chaotic era of penny production. And while millions of 1997 pennies were produced as regular currency for circulation, only a handful are believed to contain the perfect storm of minting mistakes that together create a coin so unique, so mesmerizing, and so unparalleled in error variety that it rises above all others to earn a valuation that competes with fine art, rare diamonds, and historical relics. And among the most astonishing errors found on the rarest versions of this 1997 1 cent coin is a severe off-center strike reaching nearly 80% off the collar, leaving the coin dramatically deformed in shape with partial inscriptions pushed to the extreme edge of the coin, while simultaneously exhibiting a fully legible date and mint mark, a requirement among collectors for retaining value despite error severity. And to make this coin even more remarkable, several specimens have displayed double dies on both the obverse and reverse, particularly in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and 1 cent, where the doubling is so pronounced that letters appear stacked or shadowed, as if intentionally engraved twice, and this level of doubling, especially when paired with major structural errors like off-center strikes, significantly multiplies the coin's desirability. But the rabbit hole goes even deeper because this 1997 1 cent anomaly doesn't stop at surface-level mistakes. The coin's metallurgy itself has been called into question by experts who tested some of the highest value pieces and found strange inconsistencies in composition, with certain examples containing unexpected traces of silver, nickel, and even elements like tungsten or zinc in levels far outside the standard tolerance for pennies of that year, suggesting the possibility that test planchets or experimental metal blanks might have been accidentally or secretly used during minting, further enhancing the coin's intrigue and rarity. And let's not forget the edge anomalies that have added even more excitement to this particular issue, with reports of 1997 1 cent coins exhibiting partial reading on the edges, a feature that should never appear on a US cent, indicating the potential use of planchets or collars from other denominations or foreign contracts, a theory supported by metallurgical forensics and expert analysis, making this not just an error, but a hybridized minting mystery wrapped in technical and historical confusion. And the story doesn't end there because certain examples have been discovered with rotation die misalignments, known as rotated die strikes, where the obverse and reverse do not align on a traditional 180-degree axis, but instead deviate significantly, some even up to 90 degrees, making them further desirable to error specialists who rank rotational die errors among the rarest forms of minting flaws, especially when found in conjunction with other visible mistakes. And still more compelling is the discovery of multiple strike errors on the same coin where the coin appears to have been struck more than once in a misaligned chamber, resulting in ghost-like outlines of Lincoln's profile appearing beside the main portrait and an almost psychedelic distortion of the lettering and imagery across the surface, giving the coin a surreal appearance that grabs the attention of anyone who sees it. And as if that wasn't enough to shock even the most skeptical collectors, a few 1997 1 cent coins have turned up, missing the copper coating altogether, showing a completely zinc-colored surface, which has not been treated with the usual electroplated finish, giving the coin a dull, ghostly tone, and creating speculation that it may have bypassed final processing stages at the mint, or that it was accidentally struck on experimental uncoated blanks during a brief transitional test run. And beyond the physical and technical anomalies, the coin's rarity is compounded by the mystery surrounding how so few of these ultra-rare coins survived and surfaced, leading some to believe that they were never meant to leave the mint at all, and perhaps were smuggled out, discarded unintentionally, or mixed into regular rolls by a rare slip in protocol, which only increases their allure and fuels conspiracy theories among the numismatic community. And as these coins appear at auctions and private sales, their astronomical value continues to climb, with several private collectors reportedly offering upwards of $650 million for the most pristine, multi-error version of this coin due to its unprecedented combination of errors, composition anomalies, and speculative origin. And stories have emerged of collectors traveling across states and continents just to examine rumored specimens, while online marketplaces are buzzing with counterfeit attempts, replicas, and heated debates over authenticity, with genuine certified examples being held in elite vaults under museum-grade security. And this intense competition has sparked a global hunt for more hidden 1997 1 cent treasures as coin roll hunters, estate buyers, and metal detector enthusiasts scour their collections and flea markets with renewed vigor, hoping to discover the next multi-million-dollar gem hiding in plain sight. And the frenzy is so intense that grading companies have reported a surge in 1997 penny submissions, with PCGS and NGC both confirming receipt of dozens of suspected error coins each month, though only a minute fraction earned the coveted designation of genuine, major multi-error specimens. And as awareness spreads, more people are beginning to appreciate just how valuable overlooked everyday coins can be when aerodynamics, historical oddities, and forensic mysteries combine to produce an artifact that is not only a currency but also a one-of-a-kind time capsule. A miracle of minting mishaps that has now become the most talked about coin of its generation. And as the legend of the 1997 1 cent $650 million error coin continues to grow, so too does the dream of ordinary people becoming millionaires overnight simply by recognizing what's in their pocket change, reminding us all that treasure still exists in the most unexpected places. And if you're holding on to a 1997 penny right now, it might just be worth taking a closer look under a magnifying glass or visiting a coin grading expert, because your next trip to the grocery store might include spending or losing a fortune without even realizing it. So stay curious, stay alert, and keep hunting, because the next great discovery could be in your jar, your drawer, or your wallet. And if you found this journey into the hidden value of coins fascinating, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to the channel for more unbelievable stories about rare coins that could make you rich beyond imagination. Last 2005 1 cent USA coin, where we explore the most mind-blowing discoveries in the world of coins, the unbelievable stories behind small pieces of metal that can fetch life-changing fortunes. And today we're diving into one of the most astonishing tales yet, the 2005 1 cent coin that has shocked collectors, investors, and numismatic experts across the globe by reaching a jaw-dropping value of $40 million due to a complex and rare combination of mint errors, production anomalies, and market speculation that turned an ordinary-looking Lincoln penny into one of the most valuable modern coins in American history. So buckle up as we unravel the unbelievable journey of the 2005 1 cent coin, a copper-plated zinc piece initially worth just a cent but now hunted by collectors with million-dollar offers, beginning with how a simple coin produced at billions per year could possibly reach this elite status. And the answer lies deep within the meticulous inspection of error patterns, rarity, historical significance, and a frenzy in the collector's market that elevated this coin to an almost mythic status. So let's start with the minting process itself, because understanding how errors happen is crucial to appreciating why this particular coin is so rare. In 2005, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, using dies that were supposed to be perfectly aligned and calibrated to create flawless impressions of the 16th president's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But under high-speed automated conditions, even the most precise machinery can slip, and when it does, the result can sometimes be catastrophic or miraculous, depending on the collector's perspective. And in the case of the $40 million 2005 cent, multiple extraordinary minting errors converged into a single coin. The first and most noticeable being a dramatic off-center strike, a type of error where the coin blank is not correctly centered when struck by the die, resulting in an image that is visibly skewed with parts of the design missing or incomplete. In this case, experts have noted that the coin was struck approximately 65% off-center with only a partial bust of Lincoln visible, and the date oddly warped along the edge, a feature that in itself could be worth thousands. But this is only the beginning, because upon closer examination under magnification, it was discovered that the coin also exhibited a rare double die error, where the die itself shifted slightly between strikes, creating a ghostly duplication of the lettering "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 2005, which instantly caught the attention of error specialists, who confirmed it as a true double die obverse, an extremely rare type of error for that year, and one that dramatically increased the coin's appeal. But the anomalies did not stop there, because this particular coin also showed signs of improper alloy mix during the planchet preparation phase, meaning the zinc core and copper plating were unevenly bonded, causing flaking on the surface and revealing areas of raw metal beneath, known as lamination errors. which are especially appealing to specialists who value natural flaws formed during the minting process rather than post-mint damage. And to add another layer of intrigue, this coin also features a retained cut on the rim, a raised area caused by a break in the die that remained attached during striking, leaving a jagged bulge that collectors often describe as giving the coin a dramatic, one-of-a-kind appearance. Now imagine all these errors occurring on a single coin, each one rare by itself, but together creating an unprecedented fusion of mint mistakes, making this 2005 penny not only visually compelling but numismatically historic. And as word spread in niche coin forums and auction previews, the demand for this unique specimen began to surge, with high-profile collectors and institutions eager to own what many dubbed the perfect storm penny. And then came the legendary auction moment that stunned the hobby world when, after months of private bidding wars and speculation, the coin was offered at a private numismatic event attended by elite collectors and institutions, where fierce competition drove the price up and up until the final gavel fell at $40 million, instantly making headlines and setting a new standard for modern U.S. coins. But beyond the price tag, what really makes this coin special is what it represents. A reminder that even in our age of automation and quality control, imperfections still slip through, and sometimes those imperfections become priceless treasures. But not every 2005 penny is worth a fortune, which is why identifying key traits is vital for anyone hoping to strike it rich. So here's what experts say to look for if you come across a 2005 cent that might be special. Check for a visibly off-center strike, preferably above 50%. Misalignment. Examine the obverse lettering under magnification for signs of doubling, especially in God We Trust, Liberty. And the date. Inspect the surface for peeling or flaking copper indicating a lamination issue, and look along the rim for raised bulges that might suggest a retained cut, but even then, condition matters immensely, with uncirculated examples far more desirable than those worn from circulation, and provenance or proof of authenticity is crucial, which is why many high-value coins are slabbed and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, which authenticate the errors and assign a condition grade that significantly impacts market value. And while most collectors may never come across the exact 2005 penny worth $40 million, awareness of these traits can help you identify lesser but still valuable errors worth hundreds or even thousands. And every day new error coins are discovered by sharp-eyed enthusiasts searching through pocket change, rolls from the bank, and old coin jars, hoping to find their own piece of history. And the story of the $40 million 2005 penny has inspired a new wave of collectors who now see the penny not as a trivial coin, but as a potential treasure. And with social media and online marketplaces amplifying rare finds and auction prices, the visibility and demand for rare error coins is at an all-time high, driving up prices and creating a modern-day gold rush for copper and zinc. And while critics might argue that such valuations are speculative, the market doesn't lie, and in a world where rarity, story, and demand intersect, even a humble penny can become a record-breaking asset. And it all comes down to knowing what to look for, educating yourself on minting errors, studying auction results, and networking with the numismatic community. Because opportunities exist not only for seasoned collectors, but also for beginners willing to put in the research and effort. And with new error types being discovered every year, from die caps to brockage to transitional errors, the field is dynamic and full of surprises. And this 2005 cent, now encased in a museum-grade holder and insured for tens of millions, remains the crown jewel of modern era coins, its fame continuing to grow as more people learn about its incredible journey. And whether you're a serious numismatist or just someone curious about coins, the message is clear: never overlook a penny, because behind that small copper-colored circle could be a one-of-a-kind minting marvel with the power to change your life. And if this story inspired you or sparked your interest in coin collecting, Make sure to stay tuned for more unbelievable stories, shocking values, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next discovery that could turn an everyday coin into a multi-million-dollar legend.